I wasn't someone you believe in. I was barely holding on. Every day felt like a question. Every night felt twice as long. I was losing pieces slowly. Didn't recognize myself. Trying hard to keep it together while I was breaking down and still. I had learned to hide the damage, keep the truth beneath the skin, smile like I had it figured while I was falling deep within. I didn't think that anyone would see through all the mess. Didn't think that I was worth it at my lowest, at my worst. Then you looked a little closer like you saw what I couldn't see. And instead of walking away, you stayed right there with me. You found me in my worst, when I had nothing left to give, when I didn't know my own worth, or how to even live. You found me in the dark, when I was lost inside myself. And instead of turning back, you chose me over everything else. I didn't have to be perfect, didn't have to pretend. You love me at my lowest, and that's how I learned again. You didn't try to fix me, didn't try to take control. You just gave me space to breathe. You slowly made me whole. You were patient with the silence, with the words I couldn't say. Never made me feel like leaving was the easier way. There were nights I couldn't fight it, times I almost let you go, 'cause I didn't think I deserved someone who would love me so. But every time I pushed you, every time I pulled away, you stood right in the distance and chose me anyway. You never asked for more than truth, never needed me to shine. You just stayed through every version of this heart of mine. You found me in my worst, when I had nothing left to give, when I didn't know my own worth, or how to even live. You found me in the dark, when I was lost inside myself. And instead of turning back, you chose me over everything else. I didn't have to be perfect, didn't have to pretend. You love me at my lowest, and that's how I learned again. Maybe love is not about finding someone at their best. Maybe it's about who stays when there's nothing left. Maybe it's the way you hold when nobody else can see all the broken parts of me and still believe in me. I was ready to be nothing, I was ready to give in, but you gave me a reason to believe again. You found me in my worst, and you never looked away. You held on to my heart when it didn't know how to stay. You found me in the dark, and you brought me back to life. Not by changing who I was, but by loving me right. I didn't have to be perfect, didn't have to defend. You love me at my lowest. You love me at my lowest, and that's how I learned to mend. I used to think love needed a version of me I could show. Now I know the real kind finds you, even when